Good morning, everybody. Well, Florida is back to being Florida again. I guess since our Canadian friend left, he took the cooler weather with him because it is warm and humid. I can't even see you guys. My glasses are so fogged. Anyway, yesterday was a rainy day. You can see I got limbs in the yard. So it was some rough weather yesterday. A lot of rain, but today is just a little cloudy and a beautiful day. And that's great because I have a lot to do. So the gas tanks for the black bike, I'm hoping to have them all cleaned out today. And then I have to decide. If I'm going to put a coating back in there or if I'm not going to put a coating back in there. I have gotten advice and it's been about 50-50. So half saying I should, half saying I shouldn't. I have dealt with the liner a few times as far as it coming out, and it's just a nasty pain in the ass. My only fear would be rust, but if the tank is sealed, it shouldn't get any water moisture in there, and it shouldn't rust, right? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little research. And then both Mama Badger's bike and mine need a bath pretty bad, so hopefully I'll get that done this weekend too. Hopefully it'll be a productive weekend. But first off, before I can produce anything, I need to produce some coffee. Let's go get some coffee. All right, it's like 2:30 in the afternoon and I'm just now getting out of here. Mama Badger went and stayed the night with Nerdy Badger, so I was home alone. So that means video games. I get to play video games uninterrupted till she just got home. So that's what I did. Now it's time to actually get to work. My interest in fixing this bike is not very high. Like, look at my toolbox and my desk, and my garage never looks like this, ever. But that's just how uninterested I am. And now all my flakes are blowing everywhere. Freaking wind. Guess I should dump those before they go everywhere and I have to clean them up again. Anywho, let's get these tanks cleaned out and ready to get back on this bike. Here we go. Alright, so I got one tank cleaned out. I put vinegar in it again for a week in case I didn't tell you that. So last weekend I cleaned out most of the chunks. I put vinegar in and let it set for another week. This is what the vinegar looked like coming out of it. Definitely a lot dirtier than what it was when it went in. Anyway, so I got it all cleaned out. I'm actually really impressed with how clean the vinegar got it. So now to neutralize the vinegar, everybody said water and baking soda, which is what I'm doing now. Got my baking soda here, got it filled up with water, and we're rinsing it all out. While that one sits for a little while, I'll start working on the sister, see if I can get it all cleaned out and do the same thing. We're inching ever so closer. All right, the other tank has now got baking soda in it. I'm actually like really pleased with the way the inside of the tanks have turned out and look. They look really good. So I'm pretty impressed with everything. So we're gonna neutralize all the vinegar, and then remember I was saying I don't know what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to coat the tank or whether I'm not. Well, I had a lot of people tell me not to coat it, and I've had a lot of people tell me that I got to coat it. So, like everything in my life, I always got to find out the hard way, or at least for myself. So I've decided I'm going to leave them as they are. So I'm going to clean them out. I'm going to put them on the bike. I'm going to fill it up. I am going to put an inline fuel filter. So if there's rust and all, the fuel inside of that fuel filter will be clear. We should be able to see if there's any rust issues. But after a while, maybe 6 months, 8 months, maybe this next winter, I can pull it back apart and see what it looks like. And if it looks like shit, guess what? I will just coat it at that time. So that's my plan. It's an experiment. Remember science class, boys and girls, where we cut the frog open to see what it looked like? Well, we're going to do the same thing, except no frogs and no cutting. we're just going to, I've got all the tank liner cleaned out. We're gonna clean it all up, dry it all out. That's the next step. Once I get all this done, it's gonna have to sit and dry for a day or two because I want it completely dry. And then we're going to put them back on the bike, fill it up with gas, and see how that works. What do you guys think? Is that a good idea? I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's what I'm gonna do, but I am curious, would you guys do that? Would you take that chance just to see yes or no? But I'll have the answer for you guys eventually of exactly what happens if you don't reline the tanks. And it'd be good to have actual factual information on that versus I've heard, I've seen, I've done, but I've never witnessed myself. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm drying tank number 1 out. Check out this contraption. Good airflow coming out over here. Let's see how well that works. You never know what's going to work with these things. All right, it's been a pretty productive day. Like, I got to play video games all morning. The gas tanks are ready to go back on the Fatboy. Literally all I need to do is bolt them on there. But I'm gonna leave them dry overnight. So I set them down, put a blower on them, and I'm gonna let the blower blow on them all night. I feel like they're probably dry enough now, but just in case that, and I'm not ready to put them on there, so they might as well be drying, right? Anywho, my next project. So, see the ColecoVision here? Look, I got Donkey Kong, Space Panic. Here's the actual console. Anyway, Rick from Canada, he brought that with him, knowing that I am into video games and collecting old video games. So I have, that's just where the pile landed. We got controllers, got the whole 9 yards. The steering wheel, check that out. Anyway, so I've got to find a place to put that stuff. And then tomorrow is the first race at the RC track with the newly configured track. Now I know I've seen some video of people out there running on it. I have not seen it other than that video. I have not practiced. I have not ran on it. As a matter of fact, the car is in there and has not been touched since the last time I raced, what, a month ago? So I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna get it out, get it all cleaned up, get all the batteries charged, get it set up and go racing it tomorrow, or if I'm gonna stay home, play some video games and get the black Fatboy gas tanks on and then move on down to the carburetor. Whew, decisions. I wanna go race because it'll probably be the last time I get to race RC stuff till next winter. I might be able to race in June. We're supposed to be home the month of June, so I might be able to race in June if it's not raining, but then I wouldn't be able to race again until November. So I should probably go, huh? I don't know. I'll talk it over with Mama. I know what she's gonna be like. Go racing. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna cook us some dinner. Hopefully Mama Badger, she's in there working on the Wrecked Rider Fund. She's gonna work all weekend because my sister, Linda, who you've seen in a lot of videos, and my brother-in-law, Kim, they will be here Monday. Next week is Desiree, Baby Badger. It's her 21st birthday. So they're all coming into town to celebrate her 21st. It's gonna be a bar hop and do whatever she wants kind of week. So we won't get a whole lot of work done. Having company, and then it's just a couple more weeks and we're on the road. So she's trying to get everything she can get done. I'm trying to get everything I can get done, and yeah, we'll meet in the middle somewhere. So that is a wrap for today. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you tomorrow.